if you can hang on to this property for 30 years, your rental income will surpass a military retirement pay just because you held on to it. We invest in real estate. My business partner invests in real estate. This was like the spiel, right? Like, this is why you should buy here in Hawaii. Well, 3 years comes up, their orders to leave. You're leaving this island at some point with the military. They don't let you just hang out in Hawaii for your career. And these owners would come to us and say, okay, we're ready. Can we walk through, renting this out, maybe selling it? Which one should we do? And my business partner was suddenly very, very much, you need to sell. You're going to make $50,000. You're going to make $20,000. Some people maybe bought right when the market shifted and they don't have any equity, but you need to sell. You don't want to hang on to something here. And the whole messaging changed. And I was like, wait, this is not what we say that we're all about. Like, keep this property. This is the best thing you have going for you. And so that was when I had to take a real hard look at this partnership, this brand that we had built up. And Jack helped a lot of these clients with the loan side. So they're coming to us for this advice. And it's like, is this just to make a paycheck when they sell? Because if they rent it out, you're maybe making $300 a month. You're dealing with toilets, tenants, and termites. Most agents would rather make a $10,000, $15,000 payday and call it good, And
especially for people who are leaving island, who they have no ability to help them later.
So
right?
at that point, Jack and I took a real hard look at it, and we're like, we need to cut ties with this entire system that we have built with another person over 3 years. It was 180 transactions at that point. And it meant walking away from potentially all of those clients and all that repeat business. But it was what was the right thing to do. And I wanted to be able to sleep at night, because I'd leave these meetings like, they shouldn't sell that house. And I feel horrible that I was sitting there letting them receive that advice. So that was probably our biggest pivot. And we started literally next day, ground up, completely shifted, and started our property management side of our company. And we had never personally managed properties before, but we'll figure it out. Because we care enough to make it happen. Yeah. And I reached out to a lot of these clients and said, listen, actually, I'd like to revisit that conversation and let's run some numbers together, just you and me. And we got a lot of that business to stay with us. And then the second time was more on a business level, I would say, for our pivot. And this was really driven by Jack. We're at a brokerage. So all these properties that were under management, we started with 10, 20, 40, 60. And Jack looked at me one day. He's like, we don't have any equity in this. If you leave this brokerage, those properties stay with the brokerage. And we're doubling every year. And do you want to be a property manager till you're 70, or do you want to be a business owner that's retired?
Welcome to the Real Estate Pros Show, where we interview real estate investing professionals from coast to coast, as well as the service providers that serve the real estate investing industry. Our goal is simple: share what's working now to help you improve and scale your business to the next level, and meet the pros that can help you get there. Real Estate Pros is powered by Investor Fuel, America's leader in helping real estate investors and professionals build the business you need to live the life you've always dreamed of. Let's start today's show. Property insurance for real estate investors doesn't have to be difficult, but it does need to be there to protect you when you need it. MyInvestorInsurance.com not only provides insurance at 15 to 30% cheaper than traditional agencies, it's built specifically for real estate investors like you. You can set up an account in about 2 minutes, get quotes on properties, turn on and turn off insurance for your fix and flip or rental properties in around 2 minutes without having to talk to anyone directly, all through our portal. There's no better way or faster way to make sure you've got the coverage you need to protect you, and no more lengthy policies either. Once you're set up, you're billed monthly and prorated by the day for however long your policy is active. It's powered by MSI, the third largest independent MGA, with 1.5 million customers and more than $1 billion in cumulative premiums written. Get set up today in about 2 minutes at myinvestorinsurance.com/fuel.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Real Estate Pros Podcast. I am your host, Q Edmonds. If you've seen me before, which you have, you know what I'm about to say. I'm excited. I mean, y'all can see like this is a little bit different than what we normally would do. We got two for the price of one. And I'm telling you, this is awesome. You're going to enjoy this. They are about their business, but not only that, they're about helping and serving the community that they love to serve best. I want to let them tell it, but I mean, they're helping others. They're doing things the right way. They have vision. They're pivoting when they need to. Y'all going to learn so much today, and I'm super excited to introduce you guys to Jack and Courtney Williams. How y'all doing today?
Doing great. And I love the excitement. I love it. I love
Yeah,
the vibe of this podcast. It's great.
man, I'm glad. And listen, y'all are a whole vibe. You two, as husband and wife team, is a whole vibe yourself.
We got the
Listen,
Hawaii, the Aloha shirt, yeah.
see, come on, man. Come on. So talk about the energy of the show. Y'all bringing the energy, man. And I'm excited. I'm excited to have you both on today. This is going to be a treat for the people. And I don't want my voice to be the predominant voice. I want to dive into what you guys are doing.
Stop living on an island and join the #1 mastermind in America for professional real estate investors. Investor Fuel is a community of hundreds of the nation's top investors working together to build stronger businesses and better lives. In addition to the amazing community of real estate investors acting as a board of advisors for one another, Investor Fuel members have access to 100% funding on purchase and repairs for our members only, a health insurance program, and benefits and discounts that more than pays for the membership of most of our members, meaning it's actually costing you money to not be a member of Investor Fuel. If you're looking to scale your business and build a business that allows you to live the life of your dreams, please visit investorfuel.com today and book a call with our team.
Listen, y'all two gonna have to tag team it. Y'all gonna have to have the rhythm going. But I want to hear from both of you. Yeah, exactly. I want to hear from both of you. Take us into your world, right? What are you doing? What are the things that you are focused on these days? And what markets are you operating in? But I just want to turn the floor over to y'all. Please indulge us.
Yeah, absolutely.
Rough overview.
Right.
We're based
Yeah.
on Oahu in Hawaii. So we serve the entire island of Oahu. We run a real estate brokerage here, locally owned, been in business for 17 years. We took over ownership just this past year, but I've been there for 5 years as an agent. So it's been like my real estate home. We, personally, the two of us, we serve a lot of military veteran families through sales, basically relocation, property management. But we also run an incredible team of agents as a mortgage broker. We're kind of the whole package for real estate here on Oahu.
Yeah. And being a mortgage broker, like the numbers, kind of the side of the numbers, we collectively done about 200 million in sales in the last 5 years. And we currently, the property management arm of our business manages about $180 million of real estate on Oahu.
Y'all talk about, listen, y'all, like I said, y'all a whole vibe. I love it. I love it. And I know one of the main things that stuck out for me is your desire to help people, right? I don't know if we actually use this word, but mentoring, coaching, it sounds like, you want to serve other people. And I mean, that's amazing. Like, you've been working there for 5 years, but now you took it over. Did I understand that correct? Y'all just recently bought it. I mean, that's amazing, right? And so I know it's not always especially easy in this climate, but what has been the key to keeping that machine running smoothly?
Yeah, I think you said it. I think like just the commitment to the community that we're serving.
Yeah.
I think just to bring it back a little bit, I did 12 years of active duty Army service as an Army officer. I think that obviously drives our, decisions a lot, just with who we want to serve and how we can serve effectively. The Army brought us to Hawaii. We chose Hawaii because of real estate. I got super into real estate investing, and I said, hey, the Army's going to give me some money to pay for my housing. Where can I go that's the most money they'll give me and invest that into real estate? And we chose Hawaii. And then, to Courtney's credit, the moment, like literally the week we got on island, she said, hey, I'm going to get my real estate license and I'm going to try to do this thing. And it absolutely took off. Her success, I like to say, a little bit of luck followed by a lot of hard work, right?
We were living in a hotel for 2 months. We had moved from Germany. We're in a hotel. It's COVID. It's February 2020. Couldn't even go to the pool. I mean, I'm in Hawaii. I can't even go to the pool. I was like, I might as well sit in this hotel room. Our daughters were like 18 months and 2 months at the time. And I was like, well, I can't go anywhere. I can't do anything. So I just logged online, got my real estate license. And like Jack said, all of a sudden the rates went down, the market went up, and we just kind of took off in real estate here.
And that really drives who we serve. And we're not only military, right? But we do focus on the education piece and the mentorship piece, like you said, to really help service members realize what they can accomplish with the VA loan. 0% down payment loan, they can get into a primary residence. And then as they move throughout their Army career or afterwards, they can maybe turn that into a rental and start building some real investment, a decent investment portfolio just by utilizing a 0% down loan option.
So we
So
started mentoring just, service members, use your VA benefits, buy a home. This is a way to build wealth for your family. That was like our first level of mentorship, was just do what we've been doing for the last 13 years in the military. This has helped set our family up for success. And then we started mentoring agents and working with other agents. And then the market shifted, right? And rates jumped. And our clients who bought 3 years earlier weren't wanting to sell because they had 2% interest rates.
If you're looking for consistent, high-quality leads, look no further than Investor Machine. Investor Machine isn't just another agency. It's the most sophisticated, data-driven lead generation company on the planet for real estate investors, and serves the role of being not just a lead generator for your business, but a marketing partner that is helping you achieve your goals along the way. Go to investormachine.com to learn more and schedule a call with our team today.
They're like, well, we better pivot. We better do property management. And then we taught people how to do property management. And then it just kind of all snowballed. So mentorship at many different levels at this point. But as an officer in the Army, that's kind of his bread and butter.
yeah, the systems and everything is what we really try to focus on. So the 200 properties under management, we only have a handful of employees. We have one maintenance manager who's only administrative. And then we have a virtual assistant who helps us accomplish some of the back end stuff. But really, it's systems that allow us to manage those 200 properties and allow Courtney to really focus on the owner relationships. So we don't offload owner relationships, right? We've definitely put people in the right positions, but those systems are what, kind of take the headaches off of our plates. I joke, but it's the toilets, tenants, and termites that no one wants to deal with. But we've created systems to be able to, combat that. And that way the owners get what they want, which is genuine mentorship from a bona fide expert who is going to treat their property the same way that we treat our own properties. We're going to get multiple quotes for that plumbing issue. We're going to advise you when it's the right time to sell or when it's the right time to increase your rent. We're going to provide that because that's what we expect with our the properties that we own. It's something that we just kind of treat people the way we want to be treated in business.
Yeah. Toilets, tenants, and termites.
And then we can add taxes too, but there's a number
on there. That's added on there for sure. Now listen, I'm going to pivot away from my next question. If we have time, I'm still going to ask it. But man, I got a husband and wife team here, so I have to ask. So I'm married, and me and my wife, we believe in agreement, right? We have to come to agreement before we move forward, right? We can't agree that it's not time to move forward. If we can agree, then full steam ahead. Move from Germany. You got COVID going on. Courtney said, I can't even go to the pool. She gets online, gets a real estate license. Was the alignment and agreement easy? Because I see y'all flowing, y'all whole vibe. But was it easy coming into an agreement and alignment to move forward with what you're doing?
So we did come up with a very easy, rule-based system, which sounds interesting, but any really difficult decisions I make and all the easy decisions she makes. And we set to that when we follow that very, very strictly. And in the last 5 years of business working together on a daily basis, we have yet to have a hard decision. Okay. So she gets to she makes all the decisions.
No, that's
she just called you out, man. She called you out, Jack. She called you out.
No, because he's being so humble and sweet and being hyping me up. But no, I would say we really stay in our lanes and we know what each other's strengths are. So again, I have always worked for myself, ran my own businesses. I've never really worked for anyone. Therefore, I've never really been mentored or been given a lot of leadership from other people. So I default to Jack when it comes to how do if one of our, employees, somebody that we work with, we're not seeing eye to eye, I don't know how to motivate them. That's Jack. Jack will motivate them and point them in the right direction and get them to feel better about what they're doing all day. He can lead people like no one I've ever met. When it comes to making decisive real estate decisions and working with owners and, kind of just the face of communicating with people, that's me. I'm the warm, bubbly one. I'm able to break the hard news the bad way to the person who doesn't want to hear it. But Jack really leads I think our team and me, honestly, really well.
And Courtney is one in a million when it comes to just her ability to care about other people. I mean, it blows my mind. We'll have, somebody from 2 years ago that we haven't spoken to, and we see them at the grocery store, and she's asking about their daughter by name, like, how's ballet going? And I just, it's remarkable how much she cares about so many people, because
Yeah.
you can't fake that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can have a system, you can have some, follow-up emails that go out, but it's not genuine, or it's not from the heart. And Courtney just is so naturally gifted at caring about people that I think it shows through there. And that's why we've focused our business on enabling that, and making sure that that is the strength of our business, relationships, and making people feel like we are part of a team, because that's what this
Yeah.
is, right? It's a
Yeah.
big investment. A lot of our properties are over $1 million, and a lot of our owners do not live here, right? So it's
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
really scary thing. And when Courtney has that, hey, I understand your situation, I'm giving advice based on the fact that I know your family. I know you've got a PCS coming up. I know that you just transitioned out of the military. I know that you're about to have a baby. She knows those things and gives the advice based on her understanding of the situation, not just what she thinks should happen. And that's where our strength is.
If you're a new or newer real estate investor looking to launch or grow your real estate investing business, please check out Investor Fuel Club. It's a coaching community, but unlike anything you've ever seen before. And you can actually partner with members of our mastermind from coast to coast on deals right in your market. There's no better opportunity to build a consistent business than to literally partner with pros to help you avoid costly mistakes, avoid the need for capital to do deals, and help you eliminate your fears as you're starting your business. Learn more about Investor Fuel Club at investorfuel.com/club.
So I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I hear a marriage counseling, marriage advice podcast, load and sing. I'm just saying, like, because y'all got something that needs to be bottled up and broadcasting out there for the people. But no, but I'm gonna tell you what I hear. You said it at the top, and you continue to say it. Systems. Y'all really have systems in place when it comes to y'all agreement. Y'all got systems in place when it comes to your business. I hear the through line is how systems is serving you well. And I love that, systems keep us out of trouble. When you set a system and it's a good system, it's a running system, it will keep you focused, keep you out of trouble, and keep you straight where you need to go. And so I love it. I hear it. I am going to ask the question I was going to ask, because Courtney talked about pivoting. Like, y'all seem to be masters at the pivot. And so I know there's a time when things get real, right? When things go sideways, when things don't go the way you want, especially when dealing with a client. And so I would love if you would share with the audience a time maybe when you had to pivot fast within your business, within dealing with your clients. Like, I would love if you had a story like that maybe you could share with us.
Yeah.
Oh, we have a really big one that
Sure.
we can share.
Please do.
I mean, I would say this is our biggest pivot. Well, there's a couple times to date. So I would say two really impactful pivots for our real estate business over the last 5-6 years. Initially, I started out in a real estate partnership. So I had a mentor, I was kind of the mentee, but we were all in together on everything. And when the market shifted, so these owners and bought 2% rates, tons of equity. We had preached at them when they were buying, you should buy here in Hawaii because it's the best investment you'll make. If you can hang on to this property for 30 years, your rental income will surpass a military retirement pay just because you held on to it. We invest in real estate. My business partner invests in real estate. This was like the spiel, right? Like, this is why you should buy here in Hawaii. Well, 3 years comes up, their orders to leave. You're leaving this island at some point with the military. They don't let you just hang out in Hawaii for your career. And these owners would come to us and say, okay, we're ready. Can we walk through, renting this out, maybe selling it? Which one should we do? And my business partner was suddenly very, very much, you need to sell. You're going to make $50,000. You're going to make $20,000. Some people maybe bought right when the market shifted and they don't have any equity, but you need to sell. You don't want to hang on to something here. And the whole messaging changed. And I was like, wait, this is not what we say that we're all about. Like, keep this property. This is the best thing you have going for you. And so that was when I had to take a real hard look at this partnership, this brand that we had built up. And Jack helped a lot of these clients with the loan side. So they're coming to us for this advice. And it's like, is this just to make a paycheck when they sell? Because if they rent it out, you're maybe making $300 a month. You're dealing with toilets, tenants, and termites. Most agents would
Mhm.
rather make a $10,000, $15,000 payday and call it good, And I was like,
Especially for people who are leaving island,
yeah.
who
Yeah.
they have no ability to help them later,
So at
right?
that point, Jack and I took a real hard look at it and we're like, we need to cut ties with this entire system that we have built with another person over 3 years. It was 180 transactions at that point. And it meant walking away from potentially all of those clients and all that repeat business. But it was what was the right thing to do. And I wanted to be able to sleep at night because I'd leave these meetings like, they shouldn't sell that house. And I
Mm.
feel horrible that I was sitting there letting them receive that advice. So that
Mm.
was probably our biggest pivot, and we started literally next day, ground up, completely shifted, and started our property management side of our company, and we had never personally managed properties before, but, like, we'll figure it out, because we care enough to make it happen.
Yeah.
And I reached out to a lot of these clients and said, "Listen, actually, I'd like to revisit that conversation, and let's run some numbers together, just you and me." And we got a lot of that business, to stay with us. And then the second time was more on a business level, I would say, for our pivot, and this was really driven by Jack. We're at a brokerage, so all these properties that were under management, we started with 10, 20, 40, 60, and Jack looked at me one day, he's like, "We don't have any equity in this.
Mm.
If you leave this brokerage, those properties stay with the brokerage, and we're doubling every year, and do you wanna be a property manager till you're 70, or do you wanna be a business owner that's
Mm.
retired?" Easy question there.
Yeah.
And so that's when we had to really look, because it meant my contract with my brokerage said, "These are the brokerage's properties. You're not you're not allowed to contact them, that you can't solicit this business when you leave." And we're like, "Well, we got to do it now to feel like we have ownership and decision-making authority and the say in how we handle our clients." And so Jack coached me up to approach my broker. And I told him, I said, "Hey, you know what? I've loved the mentorship I've gotten here for the last 5 years, but it's time. I got to go. I got to go start my own thing." And he said, You're walking from all your business." I thought maybe he would be benevolent and be like, "These are your clients.
Right.
You brought them here. You helped them buy their house.
Mm.
This is what Jack told me to say, right?" And I just coached me
Yeah.
on how to
Yeah.
our strengths. And Brad's like, my broker was like, This is our business, because you got to think about how much money that's generating the company." And I was like, "Okay, I understand that, but no, I have to go do my own thing." And then he called
Yeah.
2 days later and said, he gave me a couple options. He said one of them is, "You can just buy me out." I was like,
Woo!
"Absolutely."
You
So
ain't said nothing.
I'll add to that too, and guidance aside, we do war game, and I call it wargaming because of
we're
military,
not
but
that intense anymore.
Yes, sir. I get it, though. I get it, brother.
we really talk through every situation, and we're so yin and yang that, like, I'm pretty
Yeah.
intense with like negotiation and like, what can we do? Here's the numbers, here's the facts, this is what we need to present. And Courtney's like, all right, let me present that my own way.
Mhm.
And it's
Yeah.
incredibly successful. And frankly, I have so much confidence in her ability to start from scratch and succeed that
Mm.
we went into that negotiation to purchase the brokerage with a lot of strength. And the reason for that is because we were ready to start over,
Yeah.
because we had just started over 2 years ago, and we will always land on our feet. We will do it.
Mm.
But when we entered that negotiation, we got, he was we're very grateful for his partnership and the fact that he, was the broker in charge, or he was the principal broker and owner of the business for the last 17 years. And the one thing he said is, I'm like, if I'm going to sell it to anybody, I'm going to sell it to Courtney, because he
Yeah.
knew
Mm.
how she handled the previous partnership. He saw that from, like a top down perspective on the way that was managed. And I think that he had a lot of respect for her and wanted to see the business in the hands of somebody who was going to run it the right way, not just somebody who was searching for profits.
Yeah. Yeah. Listen, I'm gonna say this quote. It's a quote that helped me when I was at one of the biggest pivot points of my life, one of the biggest decisions I had to make of my life. And I think you two embody this quote. The quote that I heard that cemented me really with every decision that I make. The quote was, "When you know who you are, you know what to do."
Mhm.
And to me, y'all embody it. Y'all know who you are. Y'all know how systems impact your life, and systems is involved, it seems, in every strand of what you guys do. And so it seems to me, when you two know who you are, and so because you know who you are, when something comes up, y'all know how to move, know how to attack it, know how to pivot. Listen, if I can't take stuff with me, I'll just buy you out. Oh, you said everything has to stay here? in the business. Okay, great. Just give me the whole business. Like, I'm loving your approach. And so we're coming up on time, but I got to ask this question before we go. What are y'all focused on scaling or solving next? Like, what's the next real goal?
Yeah, I mean, like, frankly, for the brokerage specifically, it's bringing like-minded individuals on our team. Whether that's people who are sales agents and focused on just providing a lot of value for their clients, or if people want to get into property management, maybe they're a real estate agent on island with a book of business and they don't know how to communicate that idea of, how to talk about property management, right? How to talk about an investment and how that can be long term. It's not just their house that everybody thinks they might just have to sell their house to get into the next house. That's not true for everybody, right? So communicating with people and bringing them on the team, as long as they're, they have the same values and share the same core, kind of outlook on life as we do, we're absolutely growing our team here in Hawaii. And then the second thing is just, if you're interested in what we've done to talk about the systems and bring the systems into your business, we're an open book with a lot of that stuff. So the follow-up systems, my last job in the Army was very focused on AI. I was a data analytics officer for the military, and it was very good timing because right when AI was becoming very focused, the military is pouring a lot of money into that. So I got to learn about AI right before I transitioned from service, and we've incorporated that into our business. And it's like, how can you use that effectively? AI is this term that everybody wants to include right now, but we've literally brought it into our business, and we don't I mentioned earlier, we don't bring AI into the client facing stuff because we feel like that's somewhat
You
disingenuous.
can't automate relationships.
Right.
I don't think you can do that.
Right. But with the AI piece, we can take a lot off of our plate, right? There's a lot of reminders. There's a lot of systems that are generated and driven by AI that help us accomplish all that we do. I mean, a lot of people are like, do you sleep at all?
We do.
We've got 3 kids. We like just try to be everywhere all the time, doing everything. And we enjoy it. It's not really work to us. We just love diving into this and like, let's have a real estate conversation.
Absolutely. You can't automate relationships. That's another quote that I wrote that I would be taking away. I mean, relationships are everything in this business.
Yeah.
Of course, y'all everywhere. Y'all got a system. Y'all figured it out. Y'all know how to be everywhere at all times. Listen, this is what y'all do. When I tell you, I could easily go another half an hour with you guys. Like, I really could. If it wasn't for, other things that need to get done, I could talk to y'all forever. This has been a jewel. This has been a gem. And I appreciate y'all. But listen, before we wrap, I heard about the podcast. I heard different things that y'all involved in. So before we wrap, if someone wanted to reach out to you, connect with you, collaborate with you, how can they reach out and plug their podcast, give all the information that they need?
For me, I am mostly active on Instagram and very responsive on there. It is not run by anyone else. Again, you can't automate relationships, man. So it's me replying to my DMs. So I'm at Westward Williams on Instagram. That's how you can find me.
Yeah. And I'm at Hawaii Mortgage Broker on Instagram as well. And then the podcast is Veteran Ventures. So it's just helping people transition from service. But we're open books. I mean, like, we love the mentorship piece. If you call us, we're going to answer the phone. We're going to give you the time of day. And we want to help bring people along. And if we can have a positive impact on people, that's what we're trying to do.
I love y'all so much. This is great. I appreciate your time, your story, your perspective, your alignment, your agreement, your systems. Like, this has been a great, great episode. I thank you so much for all that you're doing. And I thank you for just giving us a little slice of what it is that y'all do. And I appreciate y'all so much. So thank you for being here today.
Thanks for having us. That was awesome.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And so for those that's tuning in, come on, people, you have to subscribe. Y'all would have missed out on this gift of a conversation, right? And you don't want to miss out. So you want to make sure you subscribe, because I promise you, I don't know what's coming next. I just know amazing people are coming, just like Jack and Courtney, and you don't want to miss out. So again, Jack and Courtney, appreciate you so much. And to everyone else, we will see you on the next episode.
Thanks for joining us for today's Real Estate Pros Show. You can learn more about the amazing benefits of the Investor Fuel Mastermind community, including surrounding yourself with hundreds of other rock stars, 100% financing for your deals, and members-only discounts from vendors you're likely already using that, as a member of Investor Fuel, will save you more than the cost of your membership. Visit investorfuel.com to learn more If you're interested in joining us as a guest of this show, please visit investorfuel.com/pros to apply. You can also check the show notes for access to free resources, how to get access to world-class lead generation, and much more. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss another episode. Have a great day. We'll see you on the next show.